I personally support coaching as an unregulated practice of helping others. And this is just because I think that not every profession has to go through academia and government and legislature and be centralized or monopolized. Like, the reason I love coaching so much is because it's not regulated. Now, I know there's advantages and disadvantages to that, but coaching, much like psychedelics, it allows people to explore a greater aspect of the human experience. So we're not taking it and putting it in a box and controlling how people see things, which is exactly how these controlled professions are. It's like, here's how to see a person's psychology, here's how to diagnose it, here's how to treat it. And the thing is, when you take psychedelics, it like goes beyond all of that. It goes beyond the labels, beyond the standards, beyond the stereotypes, beyond the boundaries of what certain groups of people have deemed to be true. So I personally like the fact that coaching is an unregulated industry, and I think that it parallels really well with the psychedelic therapies that people are doing, because it allows people to think outside the box, and it allows like one human being to sit with another human being and just be so present in that existential conversation that there are no boundaries. But I will say that I'm for standards and guidance practices. So I do think that it can be really helpful when an organization will put out their guidance practices saying like, look, we've done this for a decade or 2 or 3 decades, and we have found some clear universal protocols that we would like to share with the world. And when other organizations can actually collect those too, like an organization says, this person, this organization all have really good things. I'm going to collect them and put them on a website. So I am for guidance principles and protocols, and I'm definitely for public accountability. And that's what's really great, is that as a coach, if you are practicing poorly, you have poor character, you don't have integrity, you're doing things unethically, you're not going to last. No one's going to come back to you, and everyone's going to spread the word, and everyone's going to say this person's doing that. I mean, you'll just be outed. It's the same thing in the psychedelic facilitation world. If you're doing careless things, everyone's going to tell on you. And so to me, I like the fact that we're creating an industry that's self-governed and that is publicly governed. I mean, people can put testimonials out, they can put feedback out, and a good coach is going to look at that and say, oh my gosh, they're right. Like, this is what I did was a poor decision, and I have to make this right. So I'm for self-governance, and I'm for public accountability. I think there's a lot of models where that works in our culture. And then within a system, like within our system, we have our own supervision, we have our own peer mentoring classes, we have practice coaching, we have self-evaluation forums and the opportunity to have somebody else evaluate how you're coaching. And we can like collect testimonials and take those in and continue to learn and grow. So I definitely think it's important to do good work and to do ethical work and to put the well-being of your client first and to have solid ethics. We're huge on ethics here. We have a whole 2-hour lecture just on ethics, and then we talk about that in other lectures as well. But I am in definite support of the unregulated industry, because I see what happens when these industries get regulated and they get controlled and they get monopolized and centralized, and it takes away a certain essence in this work. So